Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. My name is Mobby, and this is my first impressions review of Children of Morta. This game is going to be released today as I'm uploading this video, September 3rd, 2019. It is a top-down action RPG roguelite, and as always, if you like what I do and you want to see more, please help out the channel by leaving a like, commenting, and subscribing. Also, make sure to stay until the end of the video. I'll be showing you some footage from today's game, and I think I'll be showing you a couple of boss battles. It's gonna be so sweet. So anyway, let's talk about Children of Morta. Right now it is gonna be around $20, and I'm gonna talk about the story, the graphics, the audio and gameplay, and some other noteworthy things, with, of course, as you've been seeing, a lot of gameplay cut in and out of the game. I played it for a couple of hours, and quick first initial thoughts: this game is quality, this game is awesome, and I have to recommend it right away. But let's talk about it a little bit. So the story starts off with the tutorial. You pretty much play as one of the main characters, which is all the family. You're playing as the family who have lived on this one mountain for what seemed called Morta, and that's why it's Children of Morta. And you are the protectors of this mountain, this forest, this wonderful environment, and you've been protecting it for what seems to be hundreds of years. So the tutorial, you play as one of the main characters. You run around hack and slashing these weird new creatures that's been showing up, and you learn that Mount Morta is corrupted and the family has to purge the evil. Now it's really amazing because each family member has their own bio. You can go read it, but as you play the game, you see lots of scenes where every character gets to shine a little bit. You get to see a little bit of their personality. Not all the characters are playable right away. Some of them really, it starts off with 2 characters, and you have to slowly unlock them all through different means or just through playing the story. And it really feels like, family struggles. This is probably one of the best things about a roguelike, is the story is actually really cool. So let's talk about the graphics now. It is very pixel based, but however the animations have a lot of life to them. It is really smooth when you attack, when characters walk around, even though it's like not as crazy detailed as would be like super close up giant sprites. They're little tiny sprites, but the way that they walk around, like for instance the mother in the game is like pregnant. Every time she walks around, hangs out with animals, you can see her like holding her stomach, slowly moving around, hair flowing, and you can see all of their small little interactions. They all have very big movement. If a character is sad, you can visibly see them, even though if their character's like face isn't really there, you can see them sulking, walking around slowly, somber music playing. Everything sets the mood. It's perfect. It is great. One of the best narratives I've seen so far in a roguelike like this. The audio, it's pretty, like I said, it's a little somber. It's like a feeling of dread and hope at the exact same time, and that's what you kind of want with this game, because it is in a dark, dank forest that's been corrupted, and there's lots of different areas to go. So it's really, really good. Let's get into the meat potatoes of this. The gameplay. First of all, it is a roguelite, and pretty much what's going to be happening is you're going to be choosing a character, 1 from 6 characters, and that you unlock. You start with 2. You start with a sword and shield character, and a bow and arrow character, and they've all got their own play styles. Everyone has their own starting stats of HP, defense, movement speed, crit chance, and there's lots of other statistics. A lot of them have HP and stamina, and depending on your character, stamina is used in many different ways. It seems that everyone so far has a dodge button, where depending on your character, like I said, I'll give the 2 examples of the 2 characters they give you. The sword and shield guy, if you use your dodge, it doesn't use up stamina. It has its own little cooldown. So you press spacebar, character dashes in one way, and then there's a small cooldown underneath your character's sprite. You play as the archer. She has 2 charges, but they recharge all the time when using space. So it really depends on the character. And also they use up stamina in different ways. The sword and shield character, if you hold shift, they raise up their shield for defense, and anything right in front of their face, they take they freaking absorb all that damage, but it takes away some of their stamina. You can also attack during your shield, makes this character really tanky. The bow and arrow character holding shift, because they have no shield, they instead go into a stance where they can, well, I don't think you have to press shift at all, you just move and shoot, and that uses up stamina. If you stand still and shoot continuously, no stamina used, but if you walk and attack, your stamina is being used. So there you go. That's so pretty much you're going to unlock lots of different characters, you know, like a thief kind of class with daggers, a magical character. So after you pick a character, you go into a dungeon and you see how far you go, and you level up, you collect skills and skill trees, collect treasure, temporary items, you die, you upgrade your base, you save villagers and other NPCs, unlock new features like weapon stat upgrades and family upgrades. Let's go into a little bit on the dungeon. The game says that there are 3 major large areas that you have to go to, you know, purge the whole area. When you enter the first area, it's also split into like 5 other areas. So I was like, oh man, there's only 3 dungeons. No, it starts you off in one area, and you have to complete that area, go to the end, and beat a boss. So pretty much, let's give an example again. So the first area that they give you access to is called the cave. And this is cave like 1 of 2, and then there's like lots of other places. The boss is always the same at the end of the specific section you need to go to. In this case is the spider. And once you beat it, you get to go to the next section, so you can redo the dungeons if you want, or you can keep going. Now every time you go to the dungeon, this is where the roguelike portion comes in. If you played other games like Rogue Legacy and Binding of Isaac, it'll be very familiar to you. Things are randomized. A lot of the enemy types are pretty much the same in that specific area. They are shuffled around, there's different enemies of elites, treasures are all over the place, etc. Now, you can go ahead and run through a dungeon and, you know, let it be different every single time. There's different things you could equip on your heroes, such as orbs, and like there's a lot of divinity items. There are passive ones, which, you know, sometimes increase your HP by certain amounts, maybe increases your movement speed, it gives you an extra projectile or something like that. And then there are more active ones where you can activate a totem to place on the ground that shoots arrows at enemies, but then you can't use it for another 70 seconds, but it's there forever. Then there are potion-like things where if you pick one up, instantly heals you, but you can, you know, keep it up and save it around. So I'm going to compare it to Binding Isaac again. It's one of those games where the longer you play a run, if you're lucky and you play your cards right, your character will become stronger and stronger throughout the run. But if you do die, you lose it all and you restart the run with your basic stats. However, this is where the game really kicks in. I love, one of my favorite things in roguelikes is progression, how they do progression. This game's progression is really good. Each individual hero, member of the family that you get, has their own levels, meaning every time you kill an enemy, do some quests, your character slowly gets experience and they level up. When you level up, you have a skill tree where you can put some points into. Once you put points into 5 skills on that character, you unlock a permanent skill for every member of the party. For instance, the bow character, once you hit 5, you unlock a trait that increases everyone's movement speed. So the game really recommends and pushes you to, hey, maybe you play every character little by little. You learn their play styles, you level them up, and they also benefit each other by just giving them lots of different skills. So you get, you know, family skills at 5, 10, 15, and so on, and they have their own skills. One of the very first choices that you can do for your very first character, the bow person, is you can unlock a skill that either gives you a big AoE attack, and they all have cooldowns. There's no mana or anything, it's all cooldowns. So you shoot into the air, there's a blast radius to attack a lot of enemies, and then the other skill is decreases the amount of stamina used while walking and shooting at the same time. So it's really amazing that way. There's also a skill reset item. I haven't really picked that up yet. I haven't had the need to do that. So after you level up, you also get more HP and stuff. Like I said, you get more skills, collect treasure, temporary items, and die. When you do die, though, there is usually a new event that happens at the house. Maybe you'll learn a little bit more about the family. It gives you a little bit of a teaser of upcoming events. But what's really cool is you're, you know, the chapter select is underneath the house. You go back up in the house, and then you can see lots of different things. There is the library. We can learn about all the enemies you've killed, lots of statistics. There's Uncle Ben, and he upgrades your items and stuff. Now, once again, you're going to be collecting lots of stuff throughout your dungeon runs, and one of them is money. Money will give you access to upgrades for instant permanent health, and this is for everyone. So permanent health, permanent attack up, you know, just a lot of the other stuff. And later on, you get a magical upgrade station, and it all uses just money. And this one does more other general stuff, like increases the chance you get for item drop rates, more experience gain, and etc. I still have a lot to unlock. This game is sick. Like, no freaking joke. It is really awesome. So, to sum it up, I love this game. I love this genre. I love what they did with it. The progression is what I really love the most. And the game narration, the story, you can feel the characters, you know, realistic interactions. Like the mom's like, I don't want you to fight, son. Well, we've already don't know where our oldest son is. I can't lose you too. I already have everyone in my family fighting. You're the youngest. I can't have, you know, it's stuff like that. It's really, really nice. The character actions are believable, you know? And it also gives you incentive to keep playing. You're always feeling like you're getting stronger. Even if you have a bad run, as long as you collect a little bit of money, small upgrades here or there, and of course, the character levels, you know. It gave me like a Diablo-like feel, which is great. I love Diablo. There's so much progress to be had, and I think here's what we're going to do. So if you guys enjoyed, leave a like. It helps a lot. If you haven't already, subscribe and check out this channel and my secondary channel, Mabimpressions Games VOD. So where I upload a lot of footage from all of the games that I play, if I, you know, stream them and all. I'll be ending today's video with the awesome highlight of Children of Morta. I'll be showing you a random event where I save the puppy, and also my very first boss fight. Ooh, spooky, what could it be? Anyways, guys, thanks for being here, thanks for watching, and enjoy the rest of the video.
Love. While love now compelled the young one to try and rouse her from eternal slumber. And it would be love welcoming the new orphan among the Bergsons. All 8 eyes studied the one so willing to walk into their own tomb.